My name's Joshua Sandoval, Director of Cultivation for Original Family Farms. We are, in every sense of the word, a family farm. Here at this location, we do a large amount of gelato, which is a beautiful flower. At Original Family Farms, we're working on scaling out high quality cannabis. We're gonna look at it more like a Coke and Pepsi kind of thing, where we're gonna do one thing, hopefully better than anyone else, and be able to distribute that to a large amount of people. So this is our fertigation room, our wet room. We've been able to keep the quality in the same realm as when we were doing more boutique products. This building's been here for almost 5 years now, so a lot of the stuff we haven't upgraded. When you go into our newer facilities, we have a lot newer, bigger, better equipment. At this facility, we kept the bones the way we originally built them. The equipment runs really well, the building's running great. This is our RO machine. We make a lot of water. This thing's making about 12 gallons a minute right now. This is like the lifeline of the building right here. All this water is clean, temperature controlled, and ready to be used for our plants. So this is our clone room. The plants are at their most critical and most fragile stage while they're in here. We cut extra plants for every room. We have extra plants always, so only the best of the best plants actually make it into the flower rooms. She's a beautiful plant, and I wish her the best, but she didn't quite make the cut. We want to catch it at that perfect stage, because if you have too much growth, it starts to bound up and slow down. This girl, she'll be planted into a Grodan rock wool cube, and she'll start the next phase of life. We'll go right in the other room and check it out. So this morning we took the clones, planted them into the next block. They just got plugged in. They're gonna do their thing. You really don't need to feed them. They're so saturated. They don't have a bunch of root mass, so they're not gonna eat through that food. So they're essentially just gonna acclimate to the room, no more dome. They'll stay in here for about 6 days before they move out to the other side of the veg. This is our second stage of veg. Each 5 lanes represents a flower room. So they'll hang out in here for another 10 days, and then they'll move out to their final destination, the flower room. So we got one stage here and the next stage there. So they're each 7 days apart. These are beautiful, beautiful gelato plants we love so much. We have just under a dozen strains that we run in smaller volume, but we do have a big gelato factory essentially. It might not be so much what us as cultivators want to grow, what the market is asking for. Luckily for us, the gelato is a great strain. It's really resilient. It's a pleasure growing it. These moms will go for another 1 or 2 cuts, and then they'll get culled out, and the next generation of moms will take over. There she goes. That's the stuff right there. She'll be moving out on Friday to her new home. She's gonna love it. This is our TrollMaster system. It helps us just monitor the temperature, humidity, CO2 levels, BPD, and water content in the plants. Well, with automation, we have a better idea of microclimates in the rooms, if there's hot spots, there's lack of airflow, temperature swings. Anything like that going on can affect the quality of the plant or the consistency of the plant. This is one of our late stage flowering rooms. This comes down next week. It's the end of a 9-week cycle that we run. Because we're after quality first and not so much our yields, we need to keep the canopy manageable. It keeps the work manageable, and it keeps the product consistent. And this is actually a really good size for our plants. We'll take another 6 inches or so, but for the most part, this is where we want them. We do have a lot of mechanisms in place to automate everything, but in the end, it takes the people, it takes the love of the cannabis to like boost that quality to the next level. A human comes in every day and makes sure that they're putting eyes on not just the water that's going into the plants, but the actual plants themselves. You just can't automate that. There's always some invisible threat, endless supply of things that could go wrong, so that's our job, to make sure they don't go wrong. Number one priority is health, obviously, for us growers, but for the customer, it's the color and the quality. If you notice, it's not traditional green flower we're growing. We're growing a really dark, deep purple. It's what the market demands. These flowers are ready for harvest coming up on Wednesday. The plants have done their job. We like to have a lot of fun here at the farm and treat people with respect, and the energy that comes off the people really does feed into the plants. It's our X factor. Came up with originals because we're not the original growers, we're not the original smokers, but in our families, we're the original entrepreneurs and people who went off course to follow our dreams. And like I tell our team here, one issue at a time, one problem at a time, one success at a time, one plant at a time. It's difficult to think that, oh, there's 25,000 plants here that we have to take care of. Well, don't worry about 25,000 plants. What about the one plant that's right in front of you? How about we just start there? What does that plant want? What does that plant need? And then we'll go on to the next plant and go from there. I'm hoping that the future for cannabis is going to be nationwide. If we produce the best flower in California and somebody in Ohio wants it, we would love for them to have our flower. So that'll take some time. And for originals, we're just trying to position ourselves so that when that happens, we're going to be ready. We're excited for the future. We're excited to show the rest of the country our flower and our products, and then the rest of the world.